Improving candidate tracking. For many companies today, attracting great talent can be a challenge. In order to keep up with the competitive job market, companies need to be able to track both passive and interested candidates through an applicant tracking system. A strong ATS not only provides hiring managers with more on-target resumes, it provides a seamless application experience for candidates. There are several benefits that a well-designed tracking system will provide an organization looking to improve on their data, reporting efforts, and candidate experience for the company. I recommend Adobe adopt a tracking system, applicant tracking system, specifically TribePad, for their interview process. This will result in smarter analytics. It easily integrates to their current HRS, which is Workday. It increases the candidate quantity as well as quality, and increase internal efficiencies. Currently, Adobe's talent coordination team uses Workday to track and manage their interview, offer, and hiring process. They have about 110 talent partners in the Americas, as well as 24 talent coordinators to support these efforts. Each talent partner has about 1,000 requisitions they have to get through in any given year. The interview process specifically is extremely manual for all users and requires each of them to have a high degree of attention to detail in order to make sure they have all the data entered accurately into the system. The current process requires the talent partner to submit an interview through Workday that then goes to the talent coordinator in their Workday inbox. The talent coordinator then receives that information, schedules the interview outside of Workday in Outlook, and puts all the information they receive from the talent partner in their Excel trackers. This means they're putting who the candidate is, the rec number, the talent partner, the hiring manager, where this interview is going to take place. Sometimes they could be putting in who the interviewers are by name. Maybe they don't put that on their tracker. Each TC is tracking that differently. And they're all sending these through Workday. They're all sending these through Microsoft Outlook. So each of the interviews is submitted through Workday, but then they are actually processed and submitted through Outlook, as well as confirmations to the candidate, to the team, and tentative interview schedules are all sent to the candidate. The top 3 biggest challenges for this is there is no ATS system. Yes, Workday does have a feature for this, but Adobe doesn't currently use it. And they need a better interview management process, which ATS would do, and data integrity is a big problem. The lack of ATS means there's no key data points that are being accounted for outside of Workday, such as the number of interviews occurring on a weekly basis, not just for the entire company, but on specific BUs. This information would be extremely valuable for the workforce planning team to collect on a quarterly cadence in order to predict the needs of the organization throughout the year. Currently, the talent coordination team tracks all their interviews through an Excel tracker that only recently became more uniform in the last 3 months, meaning all the TCs now track the same exact information. So there was no similarities between them before, but now everyone is tracking the exact same way. And because of the tracking system in place, the data is never clearly accurate for the team in the various interview stages. And ATS is one of the key tools that can transform the recruiting process for a talent organization. It provides one common data place to facilitate and manage the recruiting process without having to use multiple tools and applications. With an ATS, a company can implement standardized online applications, which can reduce the cost of managing the selection steps. It allows recruiters to manage more applications, and it automates pre-hiring process. The stakeholders role. The stakeholders role in addressing these challenges and needs is she is a big champion for the champion and support for the talent coordination team, and she developed many processes and systems for data management. As I mentioned in my previous slide, she recently enacted a universal tracker to collect the more accurate data. So now all the TCs are tracking who the candidate is, what the rec number is, who the talent partner is, who the ops staff is that role is going to roll up to, what BU it goes to. This way, when there are quarterly QBRs with the VPs, of those business units, they're able to have a clear picture of how many roles, how many recs were closed within that quarter, even interview changes that happen. That's a big challenge right now for the team. So if there's been a lot of interview changes, those VPs are alerted to how often specific hiring managers had those changes and what some of those key reasons were for those changes. This universal tracker has been invaluable for them in the last couple of months because it's really provided a deeper dive in the data that Workday could not currently provide them with. And she's also a really big advocate for the team in getting these manual processes removed and kind of getting those changes. She's constantly talking to leadership about how these processes could be improved and changed. But in the meantime, she kind of figures out her own way to alleviate some of this manual work on the TCs. TriPad is a recruitment management system that integrates seamlessly into Workday. It provides the organization with interview management and candidate communication features for ease with scheduling interviews with a shared calendar function that allows the candidate to share their dates availability, making it easy for a talent coordinator to schedule their first and second round interviews. With their video interviewing option, scouts can screen more candidates at a faster rate and identify top talent quickly based on top ratings and scoring system. TriPad prides itself on data that their system is able to collect. It can provide real-time analytics, accurate source reporting so the business can see which channels to invest more in, and it can measure the various parts of the ecosystem effectiveness, including the talent partner, hiring managers, and agencies. The best feature is how easy it is to audit the data can be within the system. It records every single click and every candidate and recruiter action is reportable. So this way, a team is able to see where a candidate is in the process, how they're doing, the phase they're in, if their interview's been scheduled, if the talent partner has already put that into the system, as well as seeing what various clicks are happening. It will cost the company about $360,000 a year to implement this process. And for me, the biggest limitations that I could find is sometimes ATS systems are not the greatest on reading resumes. And sometimes by misreading the resume, they're not collecting the correct data or putting in the right filters. So one day to mitigate that is to find out from this company, the vendor, exactly what's the best way the application should be submitted and make sure those instructions are properly available to a candidate when they're applying. Organizational impact. This new HRS will put the focus back building a world-class candidate experience. This tool will allow the talent organization to focus on how to be more engaged with their candidates, since a lot of the manual work will go through the system, which in turn will reduce the time to hire, improve customer satisfaction, and improve quality of hire. With Citrell's ATS, the use of agencies can be reduced by a quarter because the talent team will have more availability to handle more of these internal roles. Thank you.